Hello YouTube, it's me, TGT. How you doing? A quick wee community question. I feel I can't do a review, even though I've just done a video showing off my birthday toys. I can't do a review because I've not got time, so I've got this wee question that's been burning in my head all week, and it's to do with repaints. I'd posted a picture on the TFYTC of the Datsun Bros from the recent line, like Smokescreen, Pearl, blah blah blah, and how I had all three, and someone had made a cheeky cheerful, I don't think it was a negative comment, just saying, oh, I hate repaints. And then it got me thinking, repaints are... I have to go. Aye, so repaints have been there since the beginning, and to me, they're part and parcel of being a collector, because one, they've been there for the start. The repaints originally were just, I am more than sure, just a way to make money. They just took an existing mould, recoloured the plastic, recoloured the paint, and sent it as a new character, and that was a way for them to make money. But for me, especially since the Earthrise show, which was the last thing I kind of watched Transformers-wise, I've not really been going back and watching other stuff, but for me, that show reinforced that repaints and sort of recolorings and reused molds for new characters isn't a bad thing, because especially in that show, with the origins of Transformers being that they were utility robots and worker robots and then military robots and things like that, it made sense that they had whole fleets of these guys that were the same, and then when they became sentient, they still looked the same, but they just grew their own characters. So especially in that Earthrise show, you had Cog, God rest his soul, and then there's other variations of him, and then there was like Ironhide, and then was it the Quintesson Soldiers? I can't remember now. Seems like long ago since I watched it. But there was a couple of Quintesson Soldiers that were the same vehicle and mode as him and look as him. And I mean, fair enough, it's fine. Repaints have never bothered me. The only thing that's bothered me is spending money on them, especially as you get more and more and more. That Sideswipe, the Siege Sideswipe mode, I love it. Absolutely love it. I missed it at first, got a hot in, and then I've got the G2 pack where he's got the black, his G2 look. I've not got Tiger Tracks, but I wanted him. But I've got Red Alert, and I've got one of the other guys. Pardon me, I was good to bit there. But for me, it's paying the money for the repaints that is the most annoying part, because Red Alert was amazing. And Red Alert, I mean, he is amazing, but Sideswipe was amazing. Then I got G2 Sideswipe and he was tasty. Then I got Red Alert and I was like, okay. Then I got the other guy and I was like, oh, I've already played with this toy. I've already seen it. There's nothing new here other than colours. So it's like the shine wears off and you're eventually just paying for the character. And it's no worth it in my opinion sometimes, especially if as it goes further and further into obscure sort of non-main cast characters, you get a bit like, is this worth the money? But they certainly are. Repaints are certainly part and parcel of the game, always have been. I said to someone on the TFYTC, being a Transformer fan and hating repaints is like being a chess master and hating pawns. They're part of the game and you kind of just have to get on with them. They've been there from the beginning. Repaints and Partsformers seem to get chucked in when they lump together, folk delete them. It's just what it is. I didn't like repaints, like I said, because we're paying money for the same thing. I didn't like Partsformers because as kids we lost it all, and even as an adult I'm kind of losing stuff. It took me ages to find this wee lad the other day. I will know him actually. It was the 2 seconds. Him. Ape Face. I got Ape Face just a couple of days ago, and I wanted to use the Power of the Prime's replacement head on him. Could I find it? Could I? Fuck. And eventually I found it in a drawer that I looked at a million times. So Partsformers are bugging because you can lose stuff, but that's it. I mean, they made a third-party add-on, and this is kind of a sort of a divergence away from what I was talking about, but they made a third-party add-on for Cliff Jumper, like Earthrise Cliff Jumper, so you could transform him without actually having to detach his back panel part, which is so stupid. You're not going to lose that bit unless you're, I mean, it's possible, but it's highly unlikely unless you're a kid playing with it. So Partsformers is fine for me. Repaints are fine for me. But it's the cost that gets me. Having all the Seekers is great. They look amazing together. This conversation was kind of, or this thought process video question was kind of spawned on by a conversation I had with Borders Dude about a toy he bought recently, but he wants to do a video on it and he hasn't, I don't think he's released it yet, so I won't step on his toes by telling you all about it first. But it got me thinking about repaints and also paying for like repaints that finish off collections. Like if you get Starscream, you're gonna want Thundercracker and Skywarp. It's just how it is. And they always make one of them. It's usually Thundercracker. They always make them a bit more expensive and harder to get. It's not always him. Sometimes it's Sideswipe, and it's like if you want all three, you've got to go out there, find them, and pay extra money for something you've already got. And but you're not paying for the mold. Then you're paying to finish your collection, to finish your crew, and that kind of can make them spend that bit extra bit money a bit more worth it. But yeah, so after what must be about 5 minutes of waffling, now I'll just say this: what do you think about repaints? Do they bother you? What bothers you about them? Are they lazy sometimes? Are they just cashing in? Are they just getting money at your pockets? Are they worth it? Do they make sense? You know, what are your thoughts on repaints? And leave a comment, subscribe if you like, and let me know, because I'm genuinely interested. It seems that there are parts of being a Transformer fan, and for me, being a Transformer fan means you were a fan of Transformers. Maybe if you're a bit younger than me, which, let's face it, most folk could be, maybe your love of things like repaints and parts formers isn't as strong because they ended up weeding that out. As G1 was really bad for it, so I'm coming from a G1 fan, starting fan standpoint. So maybe that kind of colours or tints my eased sort of love of repaints and stuff and parts formers. But what do you think? Should we be moaning about them? At this point, should collectors ever moan about them? Be it adults or like buying for your kids? Is there any? Should we just accept it as part of what it is? Accept it as the part of the fandom, as part of the mythos of Transformers. You know, repaints are there's a canonical reason for them. You know, I mean, there's plenty. You get twins in real life as humans. You get loads of people that dress the same and look alike. Yeah, what are your thoughts, basically? There you go. I'll see you soon. I hope you answer me because I really want to know. Goodbye-ish.